So quickly we'll cover the monetary policy also. Now in monetary policy, the important subtopic is tools. Tools of monetary policy. Okay. Tools of monetary policy is again one of the important topic. So अगर मैं tools की बात करूं तो आपके पास दो तरह के tools है, quantitative tools and qualitative tools. Okay. तो हमारे पास दो तरह के tools है, quantitative tools and qualitative tools. Okay. So quantitative tools include bank rate, so you can note down. So quantitative tools include bank rate, okay, repo rate, reverse repo rate, marginal standing facility, so I'll write full, marginal standing facility, okay, then cash reserve ratio, okay, statutory liquidity ratio, SLR. Okay, so these are the things. Whereas qualitative tools, so you have to remember that bank rate is there, repo rate is there, reverse repo rate is there, one more is also there, marginal standing facility, okay, cash reserve ratio, fifth, sixth, and seventh is open market operation, OMO. Open market operation, okay, and standing deposit facility. Standing deposit facility. So there are total 8 quantitative tools. Okay, so the standing deposit facility is used by RBI in April 2022, or you can say April May 2022 they introduced this. Okay, clear? Clear? Now when it comes to qualitative tools, so qualitative tools include basically your moral suasion. So it is again important. So इसको हल्के में मत लेना कभी कि ये चीज तो आती नहीं है. Okay, moral suasion. Number 2, direct action. Number 3, credit rationing or rationing of credit, sometimes used as rationing of credit also. Okay, so direct action, credit rationing, margin requirement, and the next is consumer credit control or regulation. कंज्यूमर क्रेडिट कंट्रोल एंड रेगुलेशन. तो अगर आप देखोगे तो इसमें से आपके 3 तरह के क्वेश्चंस फ्रेम होते हैं टूल्स में से. सो देयर आर 3 टाइप्स ऑफ क्वेश्चंस दैट कैन बी फ्रेम्ड इन टूल्स. नंबर 1, दे यूज्ड टू आस्क अ लिस्ट. ओके, लिस्ट. सो दे विल गिव यू अ लिस्ट लाइक दिस. कि which of the following is or are quantitative tools or qualitative tools, or they will give you a list like this कि which of the following are tools of monetary policy. So you have to remember all these things. Okay, you have to remember all these things. Clear? So all the list, that is what your qualitative and quantitative. Okay, so what it includes, that is qualitative and quantitative, what it include. So you have to remember this list. Second, they will ask you the meaning of these tools. So this is the second type of question that can be framed. And third, they can ask you the application part. They can ask you the application part. So this is what you have to remember. Okay. Yes, Kamal Nayan, market stabilization scheme. So when you are using tools, that together is known as market stabilization scheme. Okay. Okay, Kamal Nayan. Clear? So use of quantitative tool itself is a market stabilization scheme. Clear? So that is a term when you are using tools. So basically you are using stabilization. So you are stabilizing the currency. Clear? So ultimately if you see, three types of question has been asked. So I have given you the list. So if you remember this names, so one type of question is easily you can solve. Clear? Chandrashil Rao Rajput, I am not able to get your doubt what you want to ask. सर एंग के कितना पैसा ले सकती है एट रेपो रेट पर करते हैं अभी बात. ओके करते हैं बात अभी कितना क्या लेते हैं. डोंट वरी अबाउट इट. सो वी आर हियर फॉर दैट ओनली. ओके सो अल्टीमेटली लिस्ट क्वेश्चन इज वेरी इजी क्वेश्चन. सो अगेन मैं कहूंगा कि फ्री के मार्क्स होते हैं इसमें अगर आपको लिस्ट याद है. नाउ कम टू द मीनिंग ऑफ टूल्स. तो फर्स्ट विल सी द बैंक रेट, or you can say I'll change the slide. So we'll see the meaning. Now when you talk about bank rate, so bank rate is a rate at which you can say your commercial banks used to take loan. Commercial banks used to take loan from the RBI. Okay, and that is for long term. And whenever they are taking the loan, so no collateral is needed. Okay, no collateral is needed. So that is called, you can say, bank rate. So I can say that banks, commercial banks are taking loan from the RBI. Okay, and such loan has been taken for long term. So that is called you can say bank rate. Now whenever you are taking loan from the RBI, or you can say whenever commercial bank is taking loan from the RBI, no collateral is needed. Third, bank rate will further help to decide the minimum lending rate of a banks. So whatever banks are giving you, okay, whatever banks loan that you take from the banks, okay, whatever loan that you take from the banks, okay, so banks used to decide their lending rate on the basis of bank rate. Now some people used to create a confusion like this कि अगर आप देखोगे minimum lending rate can be decided in two ways. One is MCLR and another is external benchmark rate. Okay, in MCLR you are taking into consideration the factor of bank rate, and in external benchmark rate, no doubt you take, for example, you take T-bills, or you can say you set your, you can say, rate of interest in a bank with the help of T-bills. But ultimately again T-bills, whatever rate in the form of discount value or face value, although no doubt I am going to cover that, that is decided again on the basis of bank rate. Okay, that is decided again on the basis of bank rate. So ultimately factor of bank rate is indirectly in T-bills also. Some people used to get confused in that. Okay, भाई T-bill का भी तो rate bank rate से ज़्यादा ही होता है हमेशा. Okay, so it is not separate, it is connected to that only. So RBI जिस rate पे T-bills को sell करती है, okay, that is that is you can say they are giving more than bank rate only. Clear? So आपको ये चीज समझनी पड़ेगी कि external benchmark rate में you take some factors like one is T-bills. Okay, so that is again has a factor of bank rate. Clear? तो आपको पूरा linkage पता होना चाहिए इसका, पूरा linkage पता होना चाहिए. Although not for prelims, but I am telling you in general. Okay, तो आपको पता होना चाहिए T-bills का भी रेट कैसे आता है, बैंक रेट से ज्यादा होता है. तो आई हैव सीन दैट सम पीपल यूज्ड टू डिनाई इट कि नहीं नहीं ये अलग है, ये अलग है. ओके, ये अलग नहीं है, ये उसके बाद आप देखोगे बैंक रेट से ज्यादा ही रहेगा, चाहे आप कैलकुलेट कर लो एमसीएलआर से चाहे टी बिल से. तो यहां पर कुछ अलग फैक्टर्स है, यहां पर कुछ अलग फैक्टर है. लाइक एमसीएलआर के अंदर आप लेते हो एवरेज ऑफ दीज रेट्स जो हम पढ़ेंगे अभी, रेपो रेट, रिवर्स रेपो रेट, बैंक रेट. ओके, सो यू यूज्ड टू टेक दैट रेट आल्सो, यू यूज्ड टू टेक tenor premium also, plus negative carry on CRR. So although no doubt to no need to worry, but ultimately these are those rates which will further decide the lending rate. So minimum lending rate is the rate which banks used to charge from its client, people like you and me. Clear? So this is what you have to remember. Okay, next if you see bank rate is aligned to MSF. So ultimately when I am saying MSF, so either bank rate is more than MSF or equal to MSF but not less than MSF. So it is aligned to MSF. So this is what you have to remember. This is what you have to remember. Okay. So bank rate is aligned to MSF. Okay. Clear? So this is what you have to remember. Now come to next. Repo rate. Now first of all remember repo rate and reverse repo rate, they are part of policy rate. Okay, policy rate and MSF together are known as liquidity adjustment facility. Okay, so they are also known as liquidity adjustment facility. Clear? So this is again you have to remember that repo rate, reverse repo rate together known as policy rate. Okay, and policy rate plus MSF together known as liquidity adjustment facility. So I can say repo, reverse repo and MSF together known as liquidity adjustment facility, LAF. Okay, so first of all you must clear about this. Okay, Anul, I'll whatever doubt is there, I'll come. You can say once let me finish the topic, then I'll come to that again. Don't worry about it, because basically I'll tell you MCLR and external bench rate once I'll cover the T bills. So don't worry about it. I'll tell your all doubt. If still it is not clear. Okay, clear. Now when we talk about repo rate again you will see that it is a rate. Okay, it is a rate at which commercial bank used to take borrowing from the RBI. Okay, borrowing from the RBI, and that is for short term. And whenever they are taking borrowing from the RBI, they used to give you can say collateral, and those collaterals are RBI approved securities. Okay, so those collateral are RBI approved securities. So collateral means something has been given as a you can say something has been given as a mortgage. Okay, and that collateral must be you can say RBI approved securities. Okay, RBI approved securities. Now come to reverse repo rate. Now reverse repo rate is opposite of repo rate, but we never use a word that RBI is taking loan. So we used to say that when commercial bank are depositing their money to the RBI, that is called as reverse repo rate. So repo rate में हम क्या कर रहे हैं? Commercial bank loan ले रहा है किससे? RBI से. So money is coming from RBI to commercial bank, and commercial bank in return is giving what? Government securities. Clear? यहाँ पर हम क्या कर रहे हैं? रेपो रेट, रिवर्स रेपो रेट के अंदर कि अब बैंक्स पैसे दे रहे हैं किसको, आरबीआई को। तो आप ऐसे भी समझ सकते हो, रेपो रेट में हम क्या कर रहे हैं, अगर सपोज ऑन वन साइड आरबीआई इज देयर, ऑन अदर साइड कमर्शियल बैंक इज देयर, तो हम क्या कर रहे हैं, आरबीआई रेपो रेट के अंदर पैसे दे रहे हैं किसको, विल मेक अ साइन ऑफ रूपी, ओके, किसको दे रहा है, बैंक को, एंड बैंक इन रिटर्न क्या दे रहे हैं, आरबीआई अप्रूव्ड सिक्योरिटीज, ओके, आरबीआई अप्रूव्ड सिक्योरिटीज, क्लियर, क्लियर, आरबीआई अप्रूव्ड सिक्योरिटीज। नेक्स्ट इफ यू सी रिवर्स रेपो रेट में हम क्या कर रहे हैं, ऑपोजिट कर रहे हैं, सो विल चेंज द कलर, सो बैंक इज गिविंग मनी टू द आरबीआई, so we will not use the word loan, bank is giving loan to the RBI, bank is depositing their money to the RBI, okay, and ultimately RBI is giving securities, RBI approved securities. So reverse repo rate is opposite of repo rate, and repo and reverse repo rate are also known as ready forward contract. They are also known as ready forward contract. It means it is like this, if suppose I have given you something, okay, at 30,000 or you can say 10,000 rupees. So I'll come back after some days and take back my, you can say whatever I have given you, take back my that thing and give your money back with rate of interest. Okay, so suppose अगर 10% rate of interest है, assume कर लो, तो मैं आपको 10,000 रुपए दे रहा हूं अभी, 10,000 ले रहा हूं आपसे, और उसके बदले कुछ प्रोडक्ट दे, कुछ आपके पास मॉर्गेज रख रहा हूं, कुछ टाइम के बाद आऊंगा, वो अपना आइटम लूंगा और आपको 11,000 दूंगा, क्लियर। सो दिस इज कॉल्ड, वी आर डूइंग इन repo and reverse repo rate. Okay, now always remember that reverse repo rate is less than repo rate. Okay, reverse repo rate is always less than repo rate. So this is what you have to understand. Okay, Chandrashil Rao, wait for a time, I'll cover your doubts also. Let me complete it. Okay, I know that you know things, but you have to maintain your patience here. Okay, so let me go with the flow. So whatever doubts are coming to in your mind, you can ask me once I finish the topic. Okay, so ultimately I hope reverse repo rate is clear. Now next we'll talk about marginal standing facility. In marginal standing facility also, you can say banks are taking loan from the RBI, and whenever they are taking loan, okay, so they have to give some collateral, and those collateral are RBI approved securities. Now you will see that in repo rate also we are taking loan, in MSF also we are taking loan. So what is the difference here? That MSF is always more than repo rate, okay, and in repo rate and MSF there is a limit. So if suppose I am a bank, I need borrowing from the RBI, so ultimately I can access RBI, but there is a limit. So under repo rate I can take money up to certain limit only. If I have exhausted that limit, so I have to move to MSF. In MSF also there is a limit. If I have exhausted that also, then I have to move to bank rate. But in bank rate there is no limit. Why? Logic is very simple. RBI is known as lender of last resort. So ultimately अगर उसमें भी हमने लिमिट लगा दी तो बैंक कहेगा कि आपने तो लिमिट लगा दी, तो then why you are regarded as lender of last resort. So ultimately there is no limit on bank rate, but in repo rate and MSF there is a limit. So ultimately you have to understood, under repo rate, if rate of interest is 4%, so MSF will be more than that, for example 5%, and bank rate will further more than, you can say 5%, that is 6%. So there is a relationship. Repo rate more than MSF, MSF more than bank rate. But recently if you see, MSF and bank rate are same. So this is due to certain reasons. Okay, so that I'll tell you later. Okay, so if you see recently, due to disturbance, bank rate and MSF are same. Okay, so due to, you can say, global disturbance, bank rate and MSF has been deliberately maintained same. So I'll tell you the logic also. But ultimately, if you see in normal times, when there is no any global disturbance or no economic disturbance at global level, as well as such disturbance does not have any impact. So there you will see that bank rate and that is bank rate, MSF, or this is the relationship between them. Now ultimately, if you see, reverse repo rate is less than repo rate. So there is a relation. Okay. Now reverse repo rate further decide the deposit rate in a banks. Okay. Reverse repo rate further decide the deposit rate in a bank. Now bank rate further decide the lending rate of banks. So ultimately, when you go to a bank, so you have seen that when you put your money in saving account, they used to give you you can say some deposit rate, for example 2 or 3%, but when you go to the same bank for loan, they charge you a lending rate of 10%, 11%. So there is a gap. So this gap is only responsible for generating profit for the bank. अगर ये दोनों equal हो गए, deposit rate और lending rate, so ultimately आपका purpose dissolve हो जाएगा, मतलब बैंक loss में काम करेगा फिर, clear? तो बैंक profit के लिए काम करता है, तो ultimately okay, ultimately this is what you have to remember. Okay. Oh sorry, उल्टा कर दिया, correct कह रहे हो. So reverse repo rate is less than, please correct it. So I'll make a sign like this. Reverse repo rate is less than repo rate is less than MSF is less than bank rate. Okay, so correct it please. Clear? Okay. Okay, by mistake, apologies. Okay, so ultimately this is a relationship between these three. Okay, that is reverse repo rate, MSF and bank rate. Clear? Now, now assume that money supply is X. So when X money supply is there, so you can say repo rate at that time is 4%, for example. Okay, so now we are going to see the application part. Okay, so when X money supply is there, repo rate is 4%. Okay, now suddenly money supply increased, that is from X plus Y. Immediately, what will be the action of, you can say what will be the change in repo rate? You will increase the repo rate. You will increase the repo rate means from 4% you will make it, for example 5%. Now what is the objective of making it 5%? Because you want to snatch this money from the market. Okay, when you make it 5, no doubt MSF and bank rate will also increase, and ultimately lending rate will also increase. So ultimately when lending rate will increase, it means banks are not going to give money in the future, or you can say very less people are going to take loan from the banks at high lending rate. Because when 4 is the lending rate, then when 4 is the repo rate, lending rate was less. Now lending rate has increased. Why? Because repo rate has increased. So ultimately at new lending rate, no company is going to take borrowing, because now borrowing has become expensive. So they will again wait that repo rate will again shift to 4%, then only we will take borrowing. Okay. Now it means whatever money supply Y is there, that will come to the banks. Why? Because deposit rate has increased. Why? Because deposit rate has increased. Now banks will say, what should I do with this excess deposit? Because no person is coming and taking loan at such high lending rate. Why? Because you have increased repo rate. Now RBI will say that whatever repo rate, whatever deposits you have, you give it to me in the form of reverse repo rate, and I'll give you rate of interest. So this is what you have to remember. Clear? नहीं समझ आया तो एक और छोटा सा एग्जांपल लेके समझाता हूं. Now you know that, assume करो repo rate is 4%. Assume that repo rate is 4%. Reverse repo rate is 3%. Okay, and your MSF is 5%, and when it comes to bank rate bank rate is 6%. Now when this is the situation, deposit rate is 2%, assume it, and lending rate is, for example, make it 7%. So this is the situation. Okay. Now at this situation, money supply in the market is, for example, X rupees. Okay. So when this is the situation, we are happy. Now ultimately, suppose money supply increased. So it means there is a supply of money in an economy. Now ultimately, the task for the RBI is to extract that money supply. So that money supply will be extracted by increasing the repo rate. So ultimately the new rates will be 5%, 4%, 6% and 7%. So automatically we change the repo rate, other rates will also change, and this will become 8% and this will become 3%. Now ultimately when loans will be costly, means 8%, it means companies will, suppose यहाँ पर कोई 1-2 लाख का लोन तो ले नहीं रहे, यहाँ पर लोन ले रहे हैं फॉर एग्जांपल 10 करोड़, तो 10 करोड़ पे अगर पहले 7% पे मिल रहा था, now it is on 8%. So 8% में ही काफी वैल्यू चेंज हो जाएगी. So ultimately company which is looking for loan of 10 crore, they will stop, or they will change their decision, or they will wait again that whenever repo rate will reduce, will take the borrowing. Okay. So ultimately borrowings are costly, it means no new money supply will increase from the banks, plus whatever money supply has increased, that will come into the banking system. Why? Because now banks are giving increased deposit rate. Now in this scene or in this situation, banks will say where to spend this money. No one is going to come a loan for us. So what to do? So banks will give this money to RBI under reverse repo rate. So in this way we are working. Okay. In this way we are working. So ultimately if you see, there is a relationship between rate and money supply. Whenever rates are increased, money supply get decreased in the market, and vice versa. Okay. So there is an inverse relationship between rates and money supply. तो आपको अगर नहीं भी समझ आया तो remember this table. Okay, remember this thing. So whenever you increase the money supply, or whenever money supply is increased, so repo rate you have to decrease the rates. So आपके questions आते हैं exam के अंदर कि if there is increase in the repo rate, what will happen to the money supply? No doubt if you see this relation, it will decrease. Or if they will say that we want to increase the money supply in an economy, so what action must be taken by the banks? So ultimately RBI or Monetary Policy Committee. So you will say that you want to increase the money supply, it means repo rate, bank rate, they have to be reduced. Clear? So you have to remember this relation. So ultimately application part will be solved. Okay, application part will be solved. Clear? So this is what you have to remember. Okay. So I hope it is clear to you. Okay, so I hope it is clear to you. Please tell me. Is it clear or not? See, Chandrasheel Rao Rajput, if you see, that is a defect in monetary policy कि banks कम नहीं कर रहे, okay, या बढ़ा नहीं रहे, okay, so that is an issue. उसके लिए हमारे पास qualitative tools है ना, okay. So आपको मैंने बोला कि आपके 3 तरह के क्वेश्चन आते हैं, लिस्ट, एप्लीकेशन and your meanings. Okay, so you have to remember those things. Okay, now come to CRR and SLR. So you know that every banks used to have deposits, or you can say they collect deposits. So deposits are of 2 types, current account and saving account, which is known as demand deposits, plus fixed deposit and RD. which is known as time deposit. So deposit is according to you, but if you see deposits from the point of view of Government of India, or you can say from banks, not Government of India, these deposits are liabilities. Okay, demand liability and time liability. Okay, demand liability and time liability. So once UPSC has asked a question, okay, once UPSC ask a question that what is demand liability and time liability, or demand liability and time liability is related to what? So they are related to your banking sector. So you have to remember. Now when we talk about CRR and SLR, whenever certain percentage of these total deposits that banks has to give to RBI, that is known as CRR. But here percentage of deposit, so we call net deposit. So some deposit we used to adjust from total deposit, so like given to someone else, like some other bank. Okay, so when you take into net deposit, okay, percentage of net deposit, but for your exam you don't have to confuse between total or net. So ultimately you remember like this, ki proportion of deposit that banks give it to the RBI, that is known as CRR. Proportion of deposit that banks keep with themselves, that is known as SLR. So you don't have to become a banker. कुछ लोग इसके अंदर डिटेल में चल जाते हैं, नॉट रिक्वायर्ड, बिकॉज अगर डिटेल देखोगे तो इसमें काफी चीजें हैं. ओके, सो आज तक तो पूछी है नहीं कि यूपीएससी जब से हो रहा है, इफ यू सी द पास्ट ईयर क्वेश्चंस, तो अभी भी नहीं पूछेगा, डोंट वरी अबाउट इट. ओके ओके, तो आपको पेपर को डीकोड करना आना चाहिए. अब कई एक्सपर्ट होते हैं हमारे यहाँ, तो वो कर देते हैं इस पे, कि मतलब कि आप इस पे अगर देखोगे, कई स्टूडेंट मेरे को बोलते हैं सर ये भी करना है, ये भी करना है इसके, सो नो नीड टू लाइक वन स्टूडेंट इज आस्किंग कितनी लिमिट है भाई. अब मैं कहना चाहूंगा, नाम है स्टूडेंट का, अगेन भूल गया, हाँ, चंद्रशील राव राजपूत. ऑल्दो आई हैव नो इशू इन टेलिंग यू द लिमिट ऑल्सो, बट क्यों इंफॉर्मेशन कैरी करके लेके जाना चाहते हो? टेल मी वन रीजन कि व्हाई यू वांट टू ओवरलोड योरसेल्फ. अगर इकोनॉमी का एक भी क्वेश्चन दिखा दो, अगर वो नंबर्स पूछते हैं तो क्लियर, तो अल्टीमेटली यूपीएससी नंबर्स पूछता ही नहीं है. हाँ, अगर आप बैंकिंग के पेपर दे रहे हो, then you have to remember. Okay, so ultimately here I am for PT marathon and for UPSC. Clear? Okay, clear? Don't worry, अगर कुछ important number होगा तो I'll tell you. Clear? Okay. So अगर यहां पर आप देखोगे एसएलआर के अंदर परसेंटेज ऑफ डिपॉजिट दैट बैंक कीप विद देमसेल्फ, दैट इज नोन एज एसएलआर. बट वेयर एज परसेंटेज ऑफ डिपॉजिट दैट गोज विद द आरबीआई, दैट इज नोन एज, यू कैन से, सीआरआर. सो here it is in cash form, here it is in the form of, you can say, cash. Okay, RBI approved securities. So can anyone tell me what are RBI approved securities? And third, you can say gold, and we also take into account interbank account. So if one bank has given money to another bank, that is also taken as SLR. Okay, interbank account. Okay, now RBI approved securities, okay, are those securities which are approved by RBI. So if you see, there are, you can say, T-bills, which we call treasury bills, RBI approved securities. Cash management bill, they are also RBI approved securities. Third, if you see, apart from this, okay, apart from this T-bills, cash management bill, third, if you see, dated government securities, and fourth, when we talk about this thing, so there is state development loans also. They all are RBI approved securities. So this is what you have to remember. Okay, so अगर कल को क्वेश्चन आता है यूपीएससी में RBI approved securities क्या है, तो ये चारों को हम RBI approved securities बोलते हैं. Okay, whereas municipal bonds, they are not RBI approved securities. They are not RBI approved securities. Okay. Now come to open market operation. That is the next term. Okay. रेपो रेट पे चंद्रशील कभी भी अनलिमिटेड पैसा नहीं मिलता. ओके, याद रखना रेपो रेट पे हमेशा लिमिटेड पैसा है. ओके, रेपो रेट्स पे कभी भी अनलिमिटेड पैसा नहीं मिलता बैंक्स को, याद रखना. ओके, रेपो रेट पे हमेशा लिमिट है. क्लियर? Okay, clear? So this is what you have to remember. Okay, now moving further. Okay, now moving further. If I talk about open market operation, so open market operation is nothing but buying and selling of government securities by the RBI directly in the market. That is known as open market operation. Okay, that is known as open market operation. Clear? So this is what you have to remember. Okay, that is known as open market operation. Now one student is asking incremental CRR. See, incremental CRR concept we have introduced in 2016 during demonetization time period. So in that time period we have seen, during demonetization time period we have seen that हमने करा क्या था demonetization में कि immediately during the demonetization time period banks have deposit with them. So whatever deposit they have only during demonetization time period, so for that RBI has said that whatever you are getting 100% you give it to us. Okay, only during that time period. So 8 नवंबर को हमने demonetization decide किया था, मतलब अनाउंस किया था और 10 दिन का टाइम दिया था नोट्स को रिप्लेस करने के लिए. फॉर एग्जांपल, सो व्हाटएवर डिपॉजिट यू हैव इन दिस टाइम पीरियड, फॉर दैट 100% CRR is allowed. Okay, why? Because if we have not done this thing, so banks will be flooded with deposits and ultimately interest rate will fall. So that is why to avoid that event, we come with the concept of incremental CRR. Clear? Clear? Chandrashil, definitely I want to resolve your doubt here only, but I have to cover other things also. So I request you that you can take my number from management. Okay, not today, but tomorrow. So you can call me, definitely I'll solve your doubt. Okay. So I'll wait for your call. Clear? Because I'm not getting, you are talking about this thing. Okay. Okay, now come to moral suasion. Moral suasion is like when any bank is not implementing the monetary policy rates, means whenever repo rates are changed, so we expect that banks also change their lending rate and deposit rate. When they are not doing so, so we used to have, you can say, we used to say that banks or RBI used to conduct a meeting with such banks. That is called moral suasion. So informally बुला के समझाता है. Now come to next, direct action. In direct action basically, in direct action SDF बता देते हो यार, ठीक है. In direct action basically we are talking about what? Direct action के अंदर if suppose still after not, you can say, implementing monetary policy, RBI used to impose a fine कि आप monetary policy नहीं कर रहे implement, तो direct action होता है. Okay. Next अगर आप देखोगे margin requirement. Now whenever you go to a bank, so sometimes bank give you loan without any collateral, sometimes bank used to charge a collateral. Now for example, if suppose I have taking one small number, so if I have taken a loan of 100 rupees, either bank will say that there is no collateral needed, or bank will say that yes, you have to put a collateral of 100 or in between. Okay, suppose bank demand be collateral of 40 rupees. Okay, so ultimately margin requirement is gap between the loan amount that you are taking and the collateral amount that you have or collateral that you have kept with the banks. Okay, so वो जो gap होता है उसको हम कहते हैं margin requirement. Clear? Next, sir, this Chandrasheel Rao Rajput, you can get number from management. Okay, so definitely they'll give you my number. Okay, just tell them I am Chandrasheel Rajput Rao, so I'll tell them to give you my number. Don't worry about it. Okay. Next is credit rationing. Now in credit rationing, what we are doing, we are giving loan to certain sectors. Okay, we are giving loan to certain sectors, but for some sectors the loan rate has been deliberately kept less. That is called credit rationing. Okay, now consumer credit regulation. What is consumer credit regulation? In consumer credit regulation, whenever you go to a bank or whenever you go to purchase any mobile phone, so you know that there are some person they are talking about that you have to pay this much down payment and that rest of the payment you can take as a loan, and whatever loan you have taken that you have to return in this time period. That is known as consumer control regulation. So जो भी guidelines होती है with respect to EMI, down payment, when it has to be returned, that is decided, or you can say, okay, that is known as consumer credit regulation. Now some students are asking credit rationing. So credit rationing is nothing. Credit rationing basically क्या है आपका, जब भी आप लोन लेने जाते हो, ठीक है, क्रेडिट रेशनिंग कुछ नहीं है, जब भी आप लोन लेने जाते हो तो आपको मैं एग्जांपल देता हूं, प्रायोरिटी सेक्टर लेंडिंग. तो पीएसएल के अंदर क्या है कि आप कम रेट पे लोन लेते हो. ओके, कुछ सेक्टर्स को डेलिबरेटली कम रेट पे लोन दिया जाता है, तो वही हम क्रेडिट रेशनिंग में कर रहे हैं कि इस सेक्टर को इतने में लोन दोगे, इस सेक्टर को इतने में दोगे. क्लियर? सो दैट इज कॉल्ड एज क्रेडिट रेशनिंग. क्लियर? क्लियर? ओके, नेक्स्ट एसडीएफ. अब अगर मैं एसडीएफ की बात करूं तो इसको हमने इंट्रोड्यूस किया था आरबीआई ने अप्रैल में 2022 में. ओके, अब आपको पहले कंडीशन समझनी पड़ेगी. व्हाट वाज द मार्केट कंडीशन? नॉर्मली इफ यू सी आइदर अ सिचुएशन इज लाइक दिस कि मनी सप्लाई बहुत ज्यादा है, तो जब मनी सप्लाई ज्यादा होती है तो हम फॉलो करते हैं, हम रेपो रेट को बढ़ाने की कोशिश करते हैं, मतलब हम रेपो रेट बढ़ाते हैं. एंड व्हेनेवर यू आर इंक्रीजिंग द रेट्स, आइदर रेपो रेट, बैंक रेट और एनी रेट, so you call it that I am following contractionary monetary policy. Otherwise जब भी मनी सप्लाई कम होती है, ओके, तब आप क्या करते हो, तब आप एक्सपेंशनरी मॉनेटरी पॉलिसी को यूज करते हो. अब हुआ क्या इन द मंथ और इन फाइनेंशियल ईयर 2022, व्हाट वाज द सिचुएशन? एक साइड मनी सप्लाई इंक्रीज हो रखी थी, दूसरी साइड कंपनीज जो है डिमांड रेज नहीं कर रहे थे, मींस लोन नहीं ले रहे थे, मतलब मार्केट कॉन्फिडेंस डाउन था. तो अल्टीमेटली गवर्नमेंट के पास दो चैलेंजेस थे, मनी सप्लाई भी कम करनी है और मार्केट कॉन्फिडेंस बढ़ा के उनको कहना है लोन लो और प्रोडक्शन बढ़ाओ. सो अभी हमने देखा पीएलआई स्कीम. सो पीएलआई स्कीम, अपनी प्रोडक्शन बढ़ाने के लिए मेरे को लोन लेना ही पड़ेगा, बट अगर मैं रेपो रेट बढ़ाता जाऊंगा तो लोन रेट महंगा होगा, तो ऑलरेडी मेरा कॉन्फिडेंस लो है, तो इट विल फर्दर गेट रिड्यूस्ड. ओके, अब दो चैलेंजेस थे कि एक तरफ कुछ सेक्टर्स को पैसे देने हैं, दूसरी तरफ मनी सप्लाई इंक्रीज करनी है. तो अब आरबीआई ने एक रास्ता निकाला, मिडल पाथ. हम क्या करते हैं कि एमएसएफ और बैंक रेट को बराबर कर देते हैं. ओके, और जब हम रेपो रेट बढ़ा रहे हैं तो नो डाउट एमएसएफ बढ़ रहा है, बट बैंक रेट इज इक्वल टू एमएसएफ फॉर अ टाइम बिंग, टेम्परेरी बेसिस पे. और रेपो रेट को बोलते हैं कि आप रिवर्स रेपो रेट को कुछ टाइम के लिए डीलिंक कर दो. डीलिंक मतलब यूज मत करो. फिर क्या यूज करें? एसडीएफ. तो अगर आप अभी डेटा खोल के देखोगे, रेपो रेट कहीं 3% के अराउंड ही है, सॉरी, रिवर्स रेपो रेट इज 3% के अराउंड है, लेकिन रेपो रेट 6% के अराउंड है. ओके, एसडीएफ भी कहीं ना कहीं 6% के अराउंड है और ये भी 6% के अराउंड है, मतलब माइनर डिफरेंस है। ओके, तो इट इज लाइक दिस, ये 6.5 है, ये दोनों 6.75 है और ये अराउंड 6.25 है, और बट रिवर्स रेपो रेट ये। तो अल्टीमेटली एसडीएफ को हमने बोला कि कुछ टाइम पीरियड के लिए आप जो एक्सेस लिक्विडिटी है, मनी सप्लाई है, उसको एब्जॉर्ब करो। तो मतलब बैंक्स को हमने बोला रिवर्स रेपो रेट को यूज मत करो डिपॉजिट रेट डिसाइड करने में, you can say SDF to decide deposit rate, and ultimately हमने lending rate भी कम रखा ताकि जो मार्केट कॉन्फिडेंस कम है वो कम ना हो, वो बल्कि अप हो जिनका, ताकि हमें प्रोडक्शन भी बढ़ानी है। तो हमने इसलिए एसडीएफ को इंट्रोड्यूस किया था। तो एसडीएफ अगर आप सर्च करोगे, इट इज रिगार्डेड एज अ टेम्परेरी टूल। क्लियर? क्लियर? तो अल्टीमेटली हम कह सकते हैं कि नॉर्मल टाइम्स के अंदर किसी भी बैंक के पास एसडीएफ स्टैंड फॉर स्टैंडिंग डिपॉजिट फैसिलिटी, एसडीएफ स्टैंडिंग डिपॉजिट फैसिलिटी। Clear? So I hope it is clear to you. If still not clear, please tell me. Okay. So एक तरह से दोबारा आपको आराम से समझाता हूं। नॉर्मली क्या होता है, फॉरगेट अबाउट एसडीएफ फर्स्ट। नॉर्मली वी हैव सीन दैट आइदर मनी सप्लाई हैज इंक्रीज्ड, सो जब भी मनी सप्लाई इंक्रीज होता है हम रेपो रेट बढ़ाते हैं, एंड रेपो रेट के साथ में सारे रेट बढ़ते हैं, नंबर वन। नंबर टू, अगर मनी सप्लाई कम होती है तो हम रेपो रेट कम करते हैं, तो सारे रेट कम होते हैं। तो सारे रेट का मतलब है कि लेंडिंग रेट और डिपॉजिट रेट भी कम होता है, नंबर टू। बट अगर सिचुएशन ऐसी आ जाए कि हमें प्रोडक्शन बढ़ानी है, अब प्रोडक्शन बढ़ानी है तो मुझे रेपो रेट, मतलब मुझे बैंक रेट कम रखना पड़ेगा ताकि लेंडिंग रेट कम हो, बट एट द सेम टाइम मनी सप्लाई भी बढ़ी हुई है। ओके, तो मुझे दोनों चीजें क्लियर करनी है। आर सिंह दोबारा समझा रहा हूं, सुन लो आराम से, ठीक है? तो मुझे दोनों चीज पे फोकस करना है। ओके, तो मैं दोबारा बता रहा हूं, आइडियली क्या होता है कि अगर मनी सप्लाई बड़ी होती है तो हम रेपो रेट बढ़ाते हैं, जिससे सारे रेट बढ़ते हैं, मतलब इंक्लूडिंग लेंडिंग रेट एंड डिपॉजिट रेट। अदरवाइज मनी सप्लाई कम होती है तो हम कम करते हैं। दिस इज व्हाट यू हैव टू रिमेंबर। बट अगर ऐसी कंडीशन हो कि एक तरफ हमें प्रोडक्शन भी बढ़ानी है, दूसरी तरफ हमारे पास एक्सेस मनी सप्लाई है, दोनों कम करनी है, मतलब मनी सप्लाई भी कम करनी है और प्रोडक्शन बढ़ानी है। अब ये दोनों चीजें पॉसिबल नहीं है। क्यों? क्योंकि अगर मेरे को प्रोडक्शन कम बढ़ानी है तो मुझे लेंडिंग रेट डेलिबरेटली कम रखना पड़ेगा। क्लियर? वो तभी होगा जब रेपो रेट कम होगा। ओके, दूसरा अगर मुझे मनी सप्लाई कम करनी है मार्केट से तो मुझे रेपो रेट बढ़ाना पड़ेगा। अब ये दोनों सिचुएशन एक साथ में आ गई। अब आरबीआई ने अपना दिमाग लगाया, आरबीआई ने बोला एक काम करते हैं, रेपो रेट बढ़ाते हैं और रिवर्स रेपो रेट को हटा दो। रिवर्स रेपो रेट की जगह हम ले आए एसडीएफ। अब एसडीएफ वो काम करेगा जो रिवर्स रेपो रेट करता था, मींस रिवर्स रेपो रेट से आपका डिपॉजिट रेट लिंक होता था, अब एसडीएफ से आपका डिपॉजिट रेट लिंक होगा। क्लियर? अब जैसे ही रेपो रेट बढ़ेगा एसडीएफ बढ़ेगा, और एसडीएफ के अंदर आपको कोलैटरल नहीं चाहिए। तो मतलब जब भी बैंक्स अपना पैसा दे रहा है आरबीआई को, जैसे रिवर्स रेपो रेट में देता था, तो अल्टीमेटली बैंक्स को कोलैटरल देना पड़ता था, बट एसडीएफ में कोई कोलैटरल नहीं देना। क्लियर? बैंक्स को तो अल्टीमेटली आरबीआई को कोई कोलैटरल नहीं देना जब भी आप एसडीएफ के थ्रू बैंक्स अपना पैसा डिपॉजिट कर रहे हैं आरबीआई के पास। क्लियर? तो आरबीआई को कोई कोलैटरल नहीं देना। क्लियर? तभी एसडीएफ को बोला था टेम्परेरी टूल है, जहां पर आपको कोई कोलैटरल नहीं देना, नंबर वन। दूसरी तरफ बैंक ने क्या किया, आरबीआई ने क्या किया, जैसे रेपो रेट बढ़ाया एसडीएफ तो बढ़ा, बट एमएसएफ बढ़ा और बैंक रेट बढ़ा, उनको बराबर कर दिया ताकि लेंडिंग रेट कम रहे। तो आज की टाइम में अगर कंडीशन देखोगे तो क्या कंडीशन है, अगर रेपो रेट मेरा 6.5% है, एमएसएफ 6.75 है, ओके, एंड बैंक रेट भी सेम रखा है मैंने, ताकि मेरा लेंडिंग रेट आगे कम रहे। क्लियर? और मैंने एसडीएफ को रखा है 6.25, जस्ट टेकिंग वन नंबर, बट मेरा रिवर्स रेपो रेट अगर आप सर्च करोगे आज भी 3% के अराउंड है। तो हम ये चीज कर रहे हैं। ओके, अभी हम ये यूज नहीं कर रहे। अब किसी भी बैंक के पास अगर पैसा आता है तो आपने देखा होगा एसडीएफ 6.25 है, तभी आपका आज डिपॉजिट रेट बहुत हाई है। तो तभी आप देखोगे आज डिपॉजिट रेट आपको 3% से ऊपर मिल रहा है सेविंग अकाउंट के ऊपर, तो वो रिवर्स रेपो रेट की वजह से नहीं मिल रहा, एसडीएफ की वजह से मिल रहा है। क्लियर? Yes, Anul, you can rely on this part because in marathon I am covering most important topics. That is why I told you that 12-13 क्वेश्चन आपके फंसा के रहूंगा मैं। Okay, clear? Okay, so I think Chandrashil Rao Rajput, this doubt is clear. Okay, I think this concept of SDF is clear to everyone. Okay, now moving further. So this is what you have to understand. Tools are very important. Apart from tool, okay, they used to ask the question on, you can say, the role of RBI. So अगर आप देखोगे RBI के क्या क्या काम है, RBI गवर्नमेंट का बैंक भी है, RBI मॉनेटरी पॉलिसी भी इंप्लीमेंट करता है। ओके ओके, RBI गवर्नमेंट का बैंक भी है, RBI गवर्नमेंट बैंक है, मींस गवर्नमेंट की पॉलिसीज, गवर्नमेंट को जब भी बोरिंग चाहिए तो अरेंज करेगा। आरबीआई लेंडर ऑफ लास्ट रिजॉर्ट भी है, आरबीआई प्रिंटिंग ऑफ करेंसी के लिए भी रिस्पॉन्सिबल है। तो अगर आप देखोगे लेंडर ऑफ लास्ट रिजॉर्ट पे कई बार क्वेश्चन पूछा हुआ है, तो आपको फंक्शंस ऑफ आरबीआई पता होने चाहिए। तो देयर आर सम 5-6 फंक्शन दैट यू मस्ट नो। क्लियर? सो दिस इज व्हाट यू मस्ट नो अबाउट इट। क्लियर? नेक्स्ट मॉनेटरी पॉलिसी कमेटी। तो जब हम मॉनेटरी पॉलिसी कमेटी की बात करते हैं तो आपको पता होना चाहिए मॉनेटरी पॉलिसी कमेटी 2016 में आई थी। So I will be little bit quick. So 2016 में आई थी। Okay. Second, it is you can say came on the recommendation of Urjit Patel committee. So second thing that you have to remember. Third, okay, Urjit Patel committee. Third, मॉनेटरी पॉलिसी कमेटी में 6 मेंबर्स है, 3 मेंबर्स आर फ्रॉम आरबीआई एंड 3 मेंबर्स आर फ्रॉम गवर्नमेंट साइड। आरबीआई साइड से कौन कौन है? आरबीआई गवर्नर हु इज द चेयरपर्सन। ओके, नंबर 2 डेप्यूटी गवर्नर इंचार्ज ऑफ यू कैन से मॉनेटरी पॉलिसी डिपार्टमेंट। सी नो नीड टू रिमेंबर द नेम्स कि कौन है अभी डेप्यूटी गवर्नर, बिकॉज अभी तक तो नहीं पूछे हैं, तो नहीं आगे पूछेगा। ओके, बिकॉज हेयर यू हैव टू फोकस ऑन कॉन्सेप्ट्स ओनली। नंबर 3, you can say one person, one RBI official appointed by RBI board. So these are from 3, you can say government RBI side. Government side say there should be a person having a special knowledge in the field of banking, economics and finance. And these 3 person are appointed by appointment, that is search cum selection committee. Okay, तो 3 टोटल 6 लोग हैं, 3 ईयर 3 ईयर। सो आरबीआई के साइड से 3 लोग हैं, आरबीआई गवर्नर, डेप्यूटी गवर्नर इंचार्ज ऑफ यू कैन से ओके, डेप्यूटी गवर्नर इंचार्ज ऑफ यू कैन से योर मॉनेटरी पॉलिसी एंड आरबीआई board, okay, appointed by RBI official. 3, they are having special knowledge in the field of economics, banking and finance. Clear? So this is what you have to remember. Next, these 3 person are selected by search cum selection committee. Okay, now these 3 person from the RBI, they will be they will remain as a member of monetary policy till the time they hold the post. Okay, so see, whenever conceptual part is there, I'll reduce my speed, don't worry about it. Okay, तो यहाँ पर factual part है। Okay, तो ये जो 3 लोग हैं, ये तब तक रहेंगे जब तक ये आरबीआई के अंदर अपनी पोस्ट होल्ड कर रहे हैं। तो अगर आज आरबीआई गवर्नर रिटायर हो जाए तो अल्टीमेटली he'll not be the member of you can say monetary policy. Okay, so ultimately तब तक है। बट ये जो 3 लोग हैं which is selected by search cum selection committee, that is from government side, they will be there for 4 years. And they are not eligible for reappointment. Clear? And not eligible for reappointment. So this is what you have to remember. अब ये जो search cum selection committee है, इसका चेयरपर्सन कौन होता है? इसका चेयरपर्सन जो आपकी ड्रीम पोस्ट है अभी, कैबिनेट सेक्रेटरी। ओके, कैबिनेट सेक्रेटरी इसका चेयरपर्सन है। सो दिस इज व्हाट यू हैव टू रिमेंबर। क्लियर? क्लियर? This is what you have to remember. Now again we'll talk about, you can say we have seen that question is framed on tools, then question is framed on functions of RBI. So this is what you have to remember. Okay, next, third, if you see, there is one concept of money supply. Okay, so you have studied about, you can say, measurement of money supply or money supply aggregates. So there are M1, M2, M3, M4. So basically if you see M1, M1, so when I talk about M1, M1 is currency with the public. So you can say currency in cash, that is with you, plus demand deposits. Okay, plus demand deposits. Okay, Tarun, you have raised some hand. If you want to ask something or say something, you can post your doubt. Okay, currency with public plus demand deposit. So we have seen current account, saving account, plus other deposit with RBI. So other deposit with RBI is basically, you can say, government's money. Okay, you can say government of India's money. Okay, plus sometimes, as I told you, that they are, you can say, government bank, so they used to manage government of India and state government money. Okay, so ultimately other deposit with RBI. Now this is M1. Okay, this is M1. Clear? Now when you talk about M2, so M2 is M1 plus money in post office. So you have to remember this formula, that is savings with post office. M3 is M1 plus time deposit with the banks. Okay, so you have to remember this also. And M4, अगर मैं M4 की बात करूं, M4 is M3 plus all the deposits of post office. So it means saving and whatever other deposits they have. Okay, so this is what, except national saving certificate or excluding national saving certificate. So basically you exclude national saving certificates. Okay, because national saving certificates हम exclude नहीं कर रहे, यहां से हम exclude कर रहे हैं, क्योंकि otherwise it will be double counted because we have already taken here in other deposits. So इसलिए post office के पास जितने भी national saving certificates होते हैं उसको हम exclude करते हैं. So this is what you have to remember. Clear? Now this M1 and M2 is known as narrow money. M3 and M4 is known as broad money. Okay, narrow money and broad money. Clear? So this is what you have to remember. Okay, now we'll talk about M0. Okay, so Chandrashil Rao, you are ahead than me. Okay, or ahead than me. So means the topic which I am going to cover, you already put in a doubt session. Okay, that's good. Okay, so this shows that you are well prepared for prelims 2023. Okay, now M0 is nothing but M1 plus, you can say, all the deposits with RBI. Okay, all the deposits with RBI. Clear? So all deposit means, now RBI used to have deposits of banks also in the form of CRR. So you have to remember. So that is M0. So M0 is known as high powered money. High powered money. So ultimately if someone will ask you high powered money, so you must know what is high powered money. Now next, if you see, there is a concept of money multiplier. Okay, so money multiplier and M0 has inverse relation. So this is what you have to remember. Okay, so whenever you increase CRR, so remember this thing. Okay, or whenever other deposit with RBI, which include banks deposit also, whenever it is increased, money multiplier will reduced and vice versa. तो अगर कल को एग्जाम में आपके क्वेश्चन आता है, although इसके पीछे there is so many concept, okay, but ultimately here I have to take care of other topics also. But I can tell you that if you apply this logic, that M naught and MM, so money multiplier. So I can give you an example also so that you understand this relation. So whenever CRR is high, or you can say, for example, if suppose today the CRR is 4% and you make it 10%, so ultimately immediately you are RBI is extracting money supply from the market. So ultimately money multiplier will reduce. तो मैंने आपको क्या बोला कि अगर अगर आप CRR बढ़ाओगे तो जो किसका कंपोनेंट है M नॉट का, तो अगर RBI के पास डिपॉजिट बढ़ते हैं ज्यादा, जैसे ही CRR बढ़ाओगे डिपॉजिट बढ़ेंगे, तो मनी मल्टीप्लायर कम होगा मार्केट में. ओके, तो आप ऐसे समझ सकते हो पैसे से पैसा बनाना. जब मार्केट में पैसा ही नहीं है तो पैसा कहां से बनेगा. ओके, सो मनी मल्टीप्लायर विल रिड्यूस. बट अगर आरबीआई के पास डिपॉजिट कम होंगे, वो कब होंगे, जब वो सीआरआर रिड्यूस करेगा, तो अल्टीमेटली यहां पर होगा. तो ऑल्दो देयर इज अदर थिंग्स आल्सो, बट फॉर योर एग्जाम यू रिमेंबर दिस थिंग ओनली, मनी मल्टीप्लायर इज इनवर्सली प्रोपोर्शनल टू एम नॉट. तो अगर ऐसा क्वेश्चन आता भी है, आप देखोगे इन प्रीवियस ईयर यूपीएससी हैज आस्क्ड अ क्वेश्चन, सो योर क्वेश्चन विल बी करेक्ट. क्लियर? ठीक है, योर क्वेश्चन विल बी करेक्ट. क्लियर? So this is what you have to understood. Now this is the concept of money multiplier. So this is about, you can say, monetary policy. Okay, so if you have any doubt you can ask, otherwise I'll shift to new topic. Okay, so I think Chandrashil, in M1 you take only those deposits with the RBI which are of government. So RBI is acting as a government bank, plus RBI is having CRR also. So when you are taking only those deposits which are of government, that is included in M1. Otherwise in M0 you take all the deposit, means government deposit as well as others. Clear? So I hope it is clear. So any doubt in this topic, monetary policy? So any doubt? ऑपरेशन ट्विस्ट यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट, बट ऑपरेशन ट्विस्ट इज अ ओल्ड कॉन्सेप्ट. बट इतना बताता हूं कि जब भी मतलब ऑपरेशन ट्विस्ट का जो कॉन्सेप्ट आता है ओपन मार्केट ऑपरेशन के कॉन्टेक्स्ट में आता है, तो अगर आप देखोगे जब भी इसका रिलेशन अगर आप देखोगे, आप यहां पर अगर आप देखोगे, definitely Sanjay Prem, you can rely on marathon. So our focus is here that purpose of KSG PT marathon is that maximum question should be covered. Okay, so you can focus easily. Okay, so I am covering all the important topics. Okay, money supply and money multiplier are different. Okay, see, you can say when more money supply in the market, then only money multiplier is possible. So money can be made only when money supply should be there, otherwise not. So we are talking about that कि मतलब money multiplier is responsible for increasing the money supply if money supply is more. But अगर money supply है ही नहीं तो money multiplier effect कम होगा. Clear? Clear? So this is about, you can say, monetary policy. Clear? Operation twist अगर आप बात करो, जैसे चंद्रशील राव is talking about it. So whenever you talk about money, you can say ऑपरेशन ट्विस्ट. सो ऑपरेशन ट्विस्ट में आप बेसिकली ओपन मार्केट ऑपरेशन से रिलेटेड है. तो अगर मैं यहां पर बात करूं, तो जब भी अगर आप देखोगे यूएस यूज्ड टू रेज द रेपो रेट, सो वहां पर आप देखते हो कि ऑपरेशन ट्विस्ट का एग्जांपल होता है. तो अल्टीमेटली दिस वाज अगेन वी हैव कंडक्टेड इन 2019-20. So this is not a recent topic, so don't worry about it. Chances are very less to ask from operation twist. Now some are saying MPC in brief. सी मॉनेटरी पॉलिसी कमेटी के अंदर आपको मेंबर्स पता होने चाहिए, 6 मेंबर्स है, ओके, 3 members are from RBI side and 3 members are from government side. So this is what you must know. Clear? So मैंने आपको ऑलरेडी बताया जो 3 मेंबर्स है RBI साइड के वो तब तक रहेंगे जब तक वो जॉब में है, ओके, और यू कैन से whenever till the time they are holding their post in RBI, till that time they are members. जैसे ही वो रिटायर होंगे तो their membership also get ended. बट अगर गवर्नमेंट साइड से देखोगे they will be there for 4 years only. After 4 years they are not eligible for reappointment. So this is what you have to understand. Clear? So any other doubt? So this is about your monetary policy. Okay.